Good morning, internets. This is Car Stuff with Katherine. My name is Katherine, and we're about to talk about some car stuff. And the car stuff we're talking about today is Tesla. It is March 14th, 2019, and Tesla has an announcement scheduled for this evening, announcing their new car, the Model Y. Now, I want you guys to know that right now, it is just before 7 a.m. Here, West Coast time on this day. They are not slated to make their announcement until 8 p.m. So everything that I have to say is wild and rampant speculation. So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of stuff in the comments about how I was wrong about a bunch of things. But just keep in mind that I made this video. I'm shooting this before Tesla actually makes its announcement. So here's what the deal is. They're going to announce a new Tesla Model Y. So we have the Model S, we have the Model 3, and we have the Model X. The Model S was their first thing. It was this big luxury sedan. You guys are familiar with these already, I'm sure. And they were, at the time, you know, prohibitively expensive, and in a lot of ways they still are. You know, they're right on up there, you know, 80 grand and up for new ones. And they're lovely. They sell extremely well here in Las Vegas. I see them all over the place. Following that came the Model X, which was their big SUV thing with those really wonderful Falcon doors that open straight up. You know, and a la DeLorean. Very, very cool. And, you know, the same minimalist interior cues that we see from Tesla with a big screen and the infotainment center and all that good stuff. And then following that came the Model 3, which has been their most affordable model to come out yet. And it's a little sedan. Not hugely bigger than this Volt I'm in right now, and it was, you know, a lot more affordable in the $30,000 to $40,000 range rather than, you know, the Model S and the Model X, which can easily top six figures for those vehicles. Now they have announced, well, they will be announcing the Model Y. And this is going to be a crossover. Think of it as the little sibling to the Model X. The Model X does sell extremely well in Las Vegas as well. Land of mall crawlers and big SUVs out here. You know, we see a lot of Range Rovers. We see, you know, a lot of really big SUVs that do really well in a town like this with, well, with too much money. So I'm excited to see a smaller version of the Model X, essentially. I expect this to have the same battery as the Model S. It's going to be bigger than the Model S. In fact, Elon Musk himself said that it's going to be about 10% bigger than the S, so expect it to cost about 10% more. So this is going to be less costly than the Model X, but still pretty damn costly. I don't think that it's going to have the same Falcon doors in the rear as the current Model X does. The reason for that is that Tesla's moves lately have been ones of making cars more affordable and making them cheaper to produce. They've run into a lot of hiccups in mass production, and as any brand new auto manufacturer is going to, especially when they're an auto manufacturer like Tesla, which is trying to do something that's never been done before. They produce exclusively electric vehicles in the United States. They're by no means the last company that's going to be doing this. They've started a trend. We have Rivian that is you know, coming out with, they're already accepting money for the Rivian SUV and the Rivian pickup truck, both of which I think are freaking awesome, and both of which I want. And I don't know that they would necessarily be doing that if it weren't for the popularity, success, and notoriety of Tesla. So good on Elon Musk and good on Tesla for starting that trend, because we do need more electric cars. And right now, they are very often prohibitively expensive, but I am driving on EV power right now. I am not burning any gasoline as I drive to my Vegas magazine where I work in the Chevy Volt. So there are options available out there, but I digress. Let's get back to the Tesla Model Y. If I seem a little excitable, it's because I'm pretty excited. You know, Tesla's announcing a new car today, and that's exciting for everybody. But I do not think it's going to have the Falcon wing doors because they are more expensive to produce. I think they're going to be hinged in the front, same as the Model S and the Model 3. I think that they're probably going to use the same battery platform as the Model S because it's bigger than the Model 3, but they're going to be adding weight and they're going to be adding height. They're going to make it heavier and less aerodynamic than the Model S, so I don't think it's going to have the same range as the Model S. And then they're probably going to have a couple of different badge variations for the Model Y. just like they do for the Model S, or the Model S D, or the Model S P90, and the Model S P87 asterisk J43. Okay, so maybe I'm not entirely quoting all of their badges. There's a bunch of different badges that they like to release on the Model S and on the Model X, and I imagine that the same is going to go for the Model Y, to give them a bunch of different price ranges to offer. I imagine that enhanced autopilot is going to be an available feature on the Model Y, just as it is on the Model X and on newer versions of the Model S. And now enhanced autopilot it adds a considerable amount of price to the cost of the vehicle, but also adds a bunch of really cool stuff too. It adds 8 cameras all the way around the car. It also adds 12 ultrasonic sensors and forward radar detectors. So what that does, it allows the car to read speed limit signs, maintain speed limit, and it's very intelligent cruise control. So, it'll pace the car in front of you and maintain an equal distance. And it can get on and off freeway on-ramps and park itself, is basically what enhanced autopilot does. There's a very, very cool futuristic option to put on these cars, and one day I would like a car with enhanced autopilot. I just want to try it out. I don't know that I'd necessarily want, I don't know, I'm such an American when it comes to my car. Like, I like to be in control of my vehicle. It's almost giving away too much control to use cruise control, almost, which isn't to say that I don't do it. It's not nearly as fun as driving your own car. But enhanced autopilot, there's an argument to be made for the fact that will make cars safer. Excuse me, tea time. Time for tea. Throat's still sore. Getting over this thing. Oh, worst bug I've had in years. But hey, I'm getting over it, and I still get to go to work today, so it's a good day. The announcement of the Model Y tells me that, Tesla's still moving along. I've had my doubts over and over and over again. Every time they do something drastic, or every time Elon smokes a little too much grass and goes on Twitter, or whatever the hell the case is, he does so many weird things. With the Boring Company, that thing with the flamethrowers. There's so much weird stuff that is constantly making us doubt the future of Tesla, or at least me. I know a lot of people are like, no, Elon forever, and Tesla's here to stay, and I don't necessarily know that it is. It took them a really long time to post their first quarter of profit, which is to be expected with a car company, especially one doing what they're doing. But still, like, a company has to make a profit to continue to exist, and it took Tesla a really long time to do that. And now announcing a whole new line, that's going to cost more money. And I'm hoping that they've learned some lessons about their deadlines, and whenever Tesla says this is going to happen by this date, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because they're so often late on those. But I'm hoping that they learned their lessons over the past couple of years, and that we're going to see a newer, shinier Tesla business model where they're going to give themselves more realistic deadlines that they can meet a little more reliably. At least that is my hope for the Tesla Model Y and the future of the Tesla. My own brother-in-law works at Tesla out north in Sparks, and I want to see the company do well. I do. So I'm hoping this will be a good move for them. And I think it will be, because this is a crossover SUV platform that they're talking about doing here with the Model Y. When you get out on the freeway today, on your way to work, look around and notice how many fewer sedans there really are on the road. Ford killed pretty much all of its sedans, with the exception of all of its cars, with the exception of the Mustang. And everything else is going crossover or SUV. And the reason for that is the sedan is dead. People have found that they can get equal fuel economy and improved function out of crossovers and out of SUVs than they could in sedans, where it separates the cargo compartment in the form of a trunk from the passenger compartment. Cars like the Volt that I'm in right now, where I can put my seats down, I can have passenger space, or I can fold those seats down and I can use it in a wide variety of ways. They're just more versatile than sedans are and have been. And Americans are flocking to these cars more and more, and the sedan's on its way out. I mean, Mitsubishi brought back the Eclipse as a crossover SUV. I mean, that's a pretty good indicator of how things are going. And so for Tesla to get out, maybe not necessarily out of sedans, because they're still making Model S's and they're still making Model 3s, but giving a little more attention to that growing market segment, I think is a really good move for them. I'm really excited to see what the Model Y is going to look like. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be as cool as the Model X. I don't know how it possibly could be. I see those all the time here, and there's no beating those Falcon doors. They're just so cool. Oh gosh. If you have a choice between getting the flu and not getting the flu, I strongly recommend not getting it. I don't have it anymore, and it's still just like the after effects of it are just ravaging my voice. So thank you for bearing with me while I'm in here all gravelly, sounding like probably Bob Dylan, because I'm still congested. But crossovers are increasingly replacing sedans, and in my opinion, they are better. This isn't the first time we've seen the American car market reject an entire platform of cars. Over the last 20 years, we really haven't had any new station wagons. Americans just got out of station wagons. I'm hoping that we're going to see a comeback of the wagon, with SUVs and crossover SUVs gaining so much popularity, and the format of the sedan with separate trunk sort of being phased out. And I'm hoping we'll see a resurgence of wagons, and I would really love to see some electric wagons, not just crossover SUVs that look like, big, fancy, beautiful electric toasters, but show me an electric station wagon. Oh, that would make me so happy. I'm a dweeb. I like wagons. I always liked wagons. And I think it would be really cool if we'd see electric car companies bring that back. Now, I also think that Tesla, as a company, and Elon Musk are not going to waste the buzz of announcing a new vehicle with the Model Y. And they're probably going to make a couple of other announcements too. I hope that we hear more about the damn pickup truck. Tesla's been talking and teasing a pickup truck for a long time. The number one best-selling vehicle the number one best-selling vehicle in the United States is not a car. It's a Ford F-150, and it has been for a very long time. Americans are absolutely obsessed with pickup trucks. I am one of those. I love a pickup truck. We love the function and versatility of a pickup truck. We like the way pickup trucks make us feel. It's part of the American identity, that pickup truck thing. And as time goes on and petroleum becomes a more and more scarce resource, gas prices are going to go up. We're not going to want to let go of our pickup trucks. We want to have our cake and drive it too. And there's an F-150 going down the road right now. There's something about them, and we don't want to have to give them up, and we are going to need electric pickup trucks. And I don't want to see Tesla miss out. I don't want to see them lose out on all of the market share of electric pickup trucks. Rivian's coming, and their pickup truck is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, and it looks familiar. And I think that's going to, help them a lot. Now, the Tesla pickup truck, I've seen a couple of the workups. I've seen a couple of, concept sketches, and they've got the cab all the way forward with a massive bed, which makes sense because you don't need the front of the truck to have that motor, that space for the motor, because the motors are underneath it. They're at the wheels, and you can have this much longer, much more utilitarian bed. The problem is that it's not very good looking, I don't feel. And a lot of Americans are going to be skeptical about getting into a pickup truck that doesn't look like the pickup trucks that they're used to. And I know that sounds silly because it's like, okay, well, what if it works better? Of course it'll work better. It's not the point. Whereas Rivian has kept the pickup truck shape, and they have included a frunk up there, like a big roomy trunk and a gear tunnel, behind the extended cab, and it looks like a pickup truck. So I want to see how those things do head to head, and for that to happen, Tesla actually needs to get out their butt and make a pickup truck. So I'm hoping that they'll talk to us a little bit more about that. And they'll talk to us more about the Tesla semi-truck, which they originally started talking about in 2017. Excuse me. And they've been seen out on the road. We know that they're out there. We know that they're testing them. We know PepsiCo placed an order. We know Walmart placed an order. Money is being spent on the Tesla Semi. I'm hoping they will tell us more about those and when we can start seeing those actively, doing fleet duty for different companies. So I'm really hoping that we're gonna be seeing some more announcements from Tesla. And it's Elon. I have no idea what he could announce, also on stage. It could be, here's the Model Y, and also here's the pickup truck. It's, everybody in the audience already has one. And they'll look under their seats and Oprah style, there's keys. And, there's also flamethrowers in your pickup trucks. And everybody gets a free ride on SpaceX or whatever the hell he's going to do. Whatever it is, it's going to be ridiculous. Because that's what he do. And I'm pretty excited. So the car stuff we were talking about today happens to be EVs and Tesla. And I'm really, really thrilled about that. You guys, let's wildly and rapidly speculate before 8 p.m. today. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments down below. Get those comments in before the announcement actually happens. Extra special brownie points if you're correct about what it is we actually see tonight from Tesla and from the announcement of the Model Y. What do you guys think? Do you want a Model Y? I know I got some Tesla drivers that are my viewers. David, I'm talking to you. What do you think, man? What do you think? Do you want a Model Y someday? Is the charm of the Model 3 still there for you? I really want to know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. And that having been said, I am just now arriving at the magazine, so we're going to wrap this up. You may have noticed that the sunshine is directly in the window for basically this entire video, and I'm sorry about that. But I had to leave more than 2 hours earlier than I ordinarily do because we are launching a whole new magazine this week, and it's being run from Las Vegas, but it's my Nashville magazine, so we're having to do things on Nashville time. If you are in the Nashville area, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, we are, as a special thank you to the city for welcoming us in our new magazine, we are giving away advertising. That's right. If you have a page that's ready to go that you already put in another print publication and you want to put it in our print publication, I will run it for you for free. Hit me up in the comments with your contact information, email address or something, and we'll get connected, and I'll go ahead and put you in my Nashville magazine for nothing, literally. That's going to be our first issue special for that. So, and I've got viewers all over the country. So let me know what kind of content do you want to see, not only featured on this channel, but I'm not a Nashville native. If I've got anybody out there in Nashville, give me ideas. What do you guys want to see from that magazine? It's going to be on racks in your city this summer. So that's pretty much it for me and for Batman back here. If this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing right over here. Here's some other things I think you'll enjoy right down here. My name is Katherine. This is Car Stuff with Katherine. Please remember to like, subscribe, and smile.